Mental health with an India lens. Real stories, real conversation, real talk.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Health Collective Talks. I'm Amrita Tripathi, and I'm delighted today to be inviting you to this very special conversation. We have Suchita Bhatia joining us today. Suchita is a host of the SOS show with Suchita, which is logged 109 episodes, Suchita, going on 110, where you talk about mental health, all things to do with mental health. So, firstly, a huge congratulations to you, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Amrita. Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be here. And SOS is a very special show that I do along with Epilogue Media. I'm so grateful to be doing this.
And it is a role reversal for those of you who have a long memory. At one point, during the pandemic, Suchita had us on to talk about the Health Collective and why we set up this platform. And Suchita, with your show, what you've been doing is trying to demystify issues around mental health, looking at this kind of India lens, looking at the stigma and taboos that we want to break. So again, it's incredible to see that you're logging 109, 110 episodes. Can you share with us a little bit about your journey? What's led to this show? What has kept you going this long?
Sure, Amrita. Thanks for that. Actually, I got into the journey of understanding the mental health ecosystem way back. That was in the year 2008, 2009. When we faced a very unusual situation in the family back in Delhi. And we did not know at that point what to do. And that's when I sort of started connecting with a lot of people in the mental health ecosystem. I got to know a whole bunch of people that were working in the mental health space, and they were so they just sort of welcomed me and guided me through those emotional times of how to handle that situation. And after that, I became friends with a lot of people who were battling their own mental health issues or issues of their family members. And there were a lot of NGOs that were running in Delhi around that time. And I happened to connect with all of them. And that's where I met Shubha, I met Jilmil, I met Reshma, Namrata, a whole lot of people. And as we became friends, these people came to support me. I realized that it was important to tell their stories, that what they were going through, and that's where, without no funds, I went around making these short documentary films that are going to get finally published on an Indian platform in May. And it was around in 2019 when I had published the rough version of these films on LinkedIn. I got spotted by Abhijit, who is the founder of VP Log, and he told me that, would you like to do a mental health podcast? And I was like, yes, I would sort of love to do it. And that's how I sort of took charge of the creativity of the podcast, designing it, and now it's got pretty much a whole lot of people who have been trying to solve the mental health problem. Who There are a lot of lived in stories of people, real stories sharing of what they've gone through, battling various kinds of mental health conditions. So I'm so grateful, and you are part of, one of the stories. Health Collective is part of it, and of course, and a whole lot of people. There's Vijay running bipolar, and then bipolar India, and then a whole lot of other people who have become a part of it. So
You have charted the trajectory, as you've been saying, of the mental health ecosystem in India in many ways. And thank you for sharing your story, part of your journey, and what led you to this. A huge congratulations on the documentary films. Can you tell us a little bit about them? What can people expect to see in May, these many years later?
yeah, so we actually finished shooting it in 2019, but finally we are releasing in 2023 because there are funding issues. So there are little 3-minute documentaries of 4 women who are battling various mental health conditions. Like there is Shubha, she has lived through bipolar. She shares her story of why she had bipolar, also a kind of situation that she faced at workplace. I also invited her to be part of the SOS show, where she has given a detailed encounter of her life living with bipolar. I have Jilmil, how she faced depression during her marriage. Then there's Namrata, who talks about schizophrenia, which her mom has, and what she went through and how they battle every day. And then there's Ankita, who, she has been living with bipolar. At that point, she was 16. Now she must be like 18 years old. And she talks about why it's important to talk mental health in school. So I hope that these films get received well in India, and we are really looking forward to them releasing here.